The Red River of the North conveys water northward from the Dakotas and Minnesota on its way to Lake Winnipeg. Water drains slowly along the Red River due to its shallow grade, resulting in extensive overland flooding during severe rainfall and spring runoff events. These floods threaten and isolate communities for weeks in the spring and compromise an already short growing season, reducing yields for farmers in this agriculture-dependent region. After the Grand Forks community was devastated by the unforgettable floods of 1997, the Red River Basin Commission established a strategy to reduce peak flows and volume on all tributaries of the Red River by 20% in an effort to limit the severity of future floods.
I'm Myron Jesme, Administrator, Red Lake Watershed District, located in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Black River is a large drainage area. It has topography, it's got hydrology, and it really was the optimum area for us to not only capture the water, but to be able to store it safely, adequately, and to reduce it, and to also reduce peak flows on the Red Lake River, which ultimately drains into the Red River of the North. The Black River Impoundment is the first project to be constructed after the 20% reduction strategy was approved. And part of the 20% reduction strategy did include cities, and that's what makes this one unique, because this project does store waters that continues on to Crookston and East Grand Forks.
I'm Tony Norby with Houston Engineering out of our Thief River Falls office. I've been with the company for approximately 13 years. So my role in this project was kind of being the project manager for Houston Engineering. We went through project team process looking at multiple alternatives. This sub-watershed was identified in that study as a place that water could be held for flood damage reduction benefit. And through landowner willingness, this was really the site that stuck out from also not only the landowner perspective, but also for the amount of water that this area could hold.
The Red Lake Watershed District has a task of controlling water quality and water quantity projects throughout the Red River Valley. Some projects are not always popular, some are popular, so it's always a difficult task for the watershed districts to get these types of projects on the ground. The interesting aspect of this project is that it really got landowner buy-in right from the start. So the landowner buy-in was very integral in getting this project to move forward and to make sure that it is what it is today.
The farm has been in the family for 125 years or so. My house is like 68 feet from the top of the riverbank, and I think if the water would ever get over the highway, it would go through our yard, so that was one of the reasons that I thought it was a good deal maybe to have this. We had an option to either sell the land or get an easement, and we went with the easement because of the recreational opportunities and thinking in the future that there could be some deer hunting and maybe some goose hunting opportunities here, and it could maybe be farmed if you hit it just right.
So this project has a 16.9 square mile drainage area, including the levee layout. 3 diversion ditches feed into this site. We have the South Diversion Ditch, we have the CASA 12 diversion ditch, and then the County Road 68 diversion ditch. They all feed into the site and ultimately get to the structure that you see behind me here as the principal spillway. This principal spillway has a 60-inch reinforced concrete pipe with a sluice gate on it. So our gated storage can get up to the level, as you can see where the trash rack is behind me here. And that's about 3,500 acre feet of storage. We also have another 900 acre feet approximately of ungated storage, where water would then begin to spill over the trash rack area here if in operation and go out our principal spillway through the 60-inch culvert. One of the unique aspects of this project too was with all the diversion ditches, there was some overlap with county existing ditches that were in place. This project, we had multiple meetings, we had hearings, and an abandonment actually of a portion of that county ditch. Also our diversion ditches are adjacent to county roads, so we needed permits from the county on that. So I'd like to give thanks to Pennington County for helping us work through the process of getting this project complete and getting a permit from them. So this project, construction-wise, started fall of 2020. The contractor had the option to get started last fall or potentially wait till this spring. The contractor, R.J. Zavril and Sons, decided to start, and the season couldn't have been a better season for fall construction. They completed the entire levee system with the conditions we had, so they got off to a good start for the project as far as construction goes.
This project really does a nice job of not only incorporating downstream protection, but also allows upstream landowners to really better drain their agricultural lands without causing adverse effects downstream. That's really important when you're trying to get landowners to buy into giving up their land rightfully to construct these projects, because you can also show an upstream and downstream benefit.
Where we had to bring the water to the site was kind of a unique situation here with the 13 miles of diversion ditch upstream. So a lot of this water within the drainage area wants to just move straight west across the drainage pattern. So cutting that off, bringing that into the impoundment was quite a challenge, and then also ultimately dealing with some of the regulatory things of some of the coulees that we were cutting off also was a challenge and unique situation and experience to deal with. This project is working towards that 20% reduction goal. It's a small piece of the large puzzle, but we can also solve a lot of local flooding and drainage issues with these projects if they're strategically placed.
So now that most of the cities in the Red River Valley are protected from flood damages to the red, we still can't lose focus on the fact that there's a lot of agricultural damages that are occurring basically any given year. And these types of projects will give a direct, immediate benefit to the agricultural lands that are being flooded on a yearly basis or could be a semi-yearly basis. So we can't lose focus on flood damage reduction and water quality as the water moves its way to the Red Lake River and or the Red River to the north, and these projects satisfy both needs.
It's been a great joy working with the Red Lake Watershed District. They have a good understanding of how these projects work, how they are designed. They got a good experienced staff, good experienced watershed board. It's been a real thrill and joy to work with them on this project.
Working with Houston Engineering has really been a pleasure. We've had a really strong relationship. Tony Norby is the lead engineer on this project and has been an integral part of getting this project through all the phases that we've had to get through. Our watershed district encompasses 6,000 square miles approximately, parts of 10 counties. 8 SWCDs are active members in our partnerships. With the help of all the landowners and the agencies, and the Red River Watershed Management Board specifically, they fund a large part of these projects. I just want to thank everyone for their participation and hope we can get more projects like this as we move forward.